The same week that General Motors announced the stopping of production, where only 5,000 workers at the GM plant in Lordstown, Ohio, Northeast Ohio, would lose their jobs, Wall Street celebrated. The stock price for General Motors went up. That's the problem with our economy. There is no interest from the federal government, from the Trump administration. There's simply no interest in fighting for workers. When you love your country, you fight for the people who make it work. That's all workers, whether you punch a clock, whether you work for tips, whether you're on salary, whether you swipe a badge, whether you're taking care of an aging parent or raising children. The dignity of work says to me, if you work hard in this country, you ought to be able to get ahead. Instead, the White House looks like a retreat for Wall Street executives.
They're all coming back. They're all coming back. Coming back.
About a year ago, I was at the White House and I suggested to the President the Patriot Corporation Act. If you're a company in the United States and you pay good wages, you provide good benefits, and you make your product in the United States, you get a lower tax rate. I handed that bill to the President. He said he liked it. Unfortunately, the tax bill ended up in the Majority Leader's office, Mitch McConnell's office, and was written by corporate lobbyists who went in the exact opposite direction. And get this, if a plant closes down in Youngstown, Ohio, and moves to Mexico, it pays half the tax rate if it moves overseas. I spoke to the President. I asked him to cancel that tax break that was in his tax law. Don't put the incentives on General Motors to move offshore. Put the incentives on American car buyers to buy American. That will make a huge difference. I asked the President to pass the American Cars, American Jobs Act. It simply says that we're going to end this tax break that companies get that move overseas. They get 50% savings on their taxes if they move overseas, and instead it's going to redirect those dollars into the pockets of car buyers, in the pockets of middle-class Americans, pockets of working Americans when they buy cars made in the United States. The Patriot Corporation Act plus the American Cars, American Jobs Act is going to help us strengthen the middle class. Is going to help people who aspire to join the middle class. It's about American workers, not about American companies that send jobs overseas.
Under my administration, we've created 500,000 brand new manufacturing jobs. Remember, we weren't going to be able to create any. Manufacturing, we got to make things, right? They said manufacturing jobs would never come back. You'd need a magic wand. Well, we found the magic wand. Companies are pouring back into our country. They're coming back to Michigan, car companies in Ohio and North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. They're coming back like you wouldn't believe. They're coming here.